Hi, my name is John Laws. I'm art director here at Frontier, and I want to talk to you today about the high-level art direction on Elite. And initially, I want to talk about the legacy of Elite and how we're going to build further into that from where we presently are. You've seen some fantastic footage already, but what I want to talk about here is less of the visceral gameplay and actually more of the mood, which we all, I think, all agree is a major part of that first original Elite, which captures so many people's imaginations, certainly mine. I think nothing can really prepare you for the first time you go between two systems. You've filled your cargo hold with stuff that you know is going to make a killing as soon as you reach recoil or whatever, and you hit that jump key a few times, and every time you hit it, you're very much aware that possibly you'll be in safe space. You're dying to see the little S appear in the corner. Or you'll be literally dying when the pirates appear, and it's that terrifying. And I think it's that, in terms of gameplay, that device I think was a first, and I think it's like a little tension button. So one way in which we can use or leverage that new power that we have is in representing the status of a system when you first enter it. Before we used our imaginations to see what a system in anarchy would be like. Whereas this time, if you enter a system and it's in a state of civil war, rather like some of the previous releases where you've seen capital ships fighting each other, you'll be entering a system whereby you're aware, even before you reach safe space, of craft fighting around you. You'll be aware of at this stage, probably Vipers holding off the attacking forces of the planet because they want to keep the trade routes open. So by the time you reach the space station, you're very much aware that this is an oasis in chaos. And that will be huge. And I think the potential for us to really get to work on the illusion of how this station is this one jewel of peace in the middle of hell will be awesome. Equally, if I go to a system and it's in a state of peace and it's a good trade place, then what I want to see there is advertising ships. I want to be aware of traffic busily going about its place. The granularity of life on board or on board that station is important. I want to understand that it's actually very peaceful and commerce is moving ahead here. An important aspect I really want to see executed on Elite Dangerous is when I enter a system, there must be a sense of familiar about each system. I want to instantly know where I am, and from the color of the sun to the ambience coming from the actual host planet itself. Obviously there's the station design, but I think if we can create the sense of a system feeling almost spooky in color, and the planets themselves should lend it a personality which I absolutely pick up on straight away. So our ship design is modular, and we have a great animation system which is extremely cheap in terms of its cost and rendering. So we keep a good high frame rate. And it's kind of based, if you like, on car design, whereby you can use standard parts in different ways on other ships. So obviously you have hard points and you have different engine bays where you can interchange your engines and swap them in for more powerful ones and take up different slots. So ultimately the configurations that you can do on your ship they're obviously not endless, but there's a lot of freedom before you reach the ceiling of a particular ship design. So ship design is hugely important because in this first game the ship is key. If the ship is your character, you'll see your ship as a living thing. You'll see the panels sliding away and showing heat dissipators, flaring during combat and during maneuvers. The guns will unfurl. Your ship as a character, if you like, is definitely very much an alive thing, and we want to play more on that than you're currently seeing. If you get close to a ship, you can actually see the individual decks of another one if it's been blasted apart or torn apart, and you really start to see the spectacle of space, and you start actually seeing what you can steal, most importantly. So in the previous games, in terms of the legacy, you used to kind of go past a ship and it would tell you, yep, you've grabbed, I don't know, one ton of food. In this, you can see the cargo canisters, you can see exactly what you can steal, and it's your risk reward as to whether you can get in and get out in the heat of combat. So it just leaves me. It's never a good time to wrap up, is it? So I hope you enjoyed the. So I hope you found this interesting. Thank you very much, and I look forward to talking to you in a kind of way soon. Thank you. Okay, bye.